So welcome to our Sunday evening energy forecast for the week and our meditation. I'm Juna.
Sabine.
We're from Synergy in Motion, and it's all about living true to you. That's what we believe in, and that's what, these gifts of human design, gene keys, and all the things that we're studying and learning from and that we talk about in the energy forecast is moving us toward, is really connecting to who you truly are and really owning your sovereignty as a human being and letting go of what limits you. So we are here tonight to explore the hexagram of the I Ching called Hexagram 64. And it's really interesting because there's only 64 hexagrams in the I Ching. So this is the last one. And with the last hexagram, we experience this. It's quite a big impact because it's, in a sense, it's containing all of the energies and it brings us to a close. And in that close, there is a chaos, there is confusion. And in human design, we talk about this as a mental pressure. So in the next week, it's the dates of this particular hexagram are September 4 to 9. So just tune in to yourself, watch the world, and just notice this topic, this theme of mental pressure. The pressure to think, to have to figure things out, the pressure to solve a problem. And with that is confusion. And it's confusion before completion. And in the original translation that I follow, it's called The Complete I Ching by Alfred Wang. I love it. This is where I get a lot of my information from. He talks about it as not yet fulfilled. So not yet fulfilled. So there's a whole bunch of stuff happening and it hasn't come together quite yet. So that feeling of confusion, not knowing what's next, and being okay with it. And part of there's a wisdom that's available to us all in just being present to the mind, being present, being the watcher of the thoughts, looking at all of the strategies at how your mind wants to avoid being confused. It wants to solve the confusion. But when you go to your mind to solve the confusion, you just make it worse. And it's just like a rabbit hole that you go down, down, down. So in the next week, and maybe tonight too, we can play with just connecting to a situation in your life that is perhaps giving you confusion and finding a relaxation in it as you simply become the watcher of the movie and really let go of your identification with all of the thoughts, with the confusion. Easier said than done. It sounds super simple, but it is a practice to be that watcher. And as we all know, confusion, it's hard. It's when you're in it, it's like a bee's nest of terror and not knowing, and we want to find the ground always, but always with this chaos is this, the creation stories are this chaos, and that what comes after the chaos is the order. That's the natural way of things. And then after the order becomes a little stale and something starts to tip off balance and we go into chaos and confusion again. And it's a movement through life. So getting comfortable with this energy of confusion, as I said in the email today, what's so bad about being confused? Right? What if it wasn't so bad?
And what I really love about this, the part of us that is confused is the mind, right? So if we have that relaxation, you can just go with the flow and play in the flow without having to try to control anything. It is really the mind that experiences that by holding on to that which is not relevant. Right? Sometimes we get lucky and we hold on to something that is actually relevant, but most of the times we're holding on to, in the moment, irrelevant things and trying to solve them. And to really relax into that and just let it unfold. And I think today we went on a walk and the first leaves here are starting to gently fall down. And I was thinking of Australia, how the first leaves might be just popping up. in some areas. And this in-between phase of the old on its way out and the new sprouting forth on the planet is that chaos time, and how we globally are in this chaos time of the old is not really working anymore and the new is ready to sprout at the same time. So it's both present. And like the art of not engaging with the mind, but being present with your knowing and true to you. This is why it's so crucial in these times to really know your inner compass and who you are and guiding yourself, because nobody else actually can through these changing whirlwind times.
Yeah. And I want to underscore something too with this gate 64 in human design terms. It is this incredible mental pressure. Okay, so it's this pressure that is just there, and just knowing that it's there is half the battle. Just, okay, so there's a lot of mental pressure, knowing that you have it, and then being able to again watch it, not have to succumb to it, just go, okay, there's mental pressure. I'm feeling pressure to have to figure this thing out. I'm feeling pressure. Those are the words that I say to myself. I'm feeling mental pressure to have to figure something out. I'm feeling this pressure. And just knowing that. So I want you to know that this is what is perhaps happening today through the next few days, is this mental pressure. And look around you, just take note, become a scientist, become an observer, a watcher, and look at other people, look at yourself. Sometimes it's easier to see it in other people. You can see them functioning by mental pressure. Some people put a ton of mental pressure on themselves and go crazy with the amount of pressure. So just know that that's an energy that's there, and then use that energy, because you can use the pressure as an energy and as a momentum to move and maybe get your body moving in that. Like there's a lot of pressure to think, to be a certain way, and then use the pressure as a momentum. So good.
There's a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, and as we say, we give you a morsel or two on this Sunday evening, and there's so much more that we could play with. We were talking about what could we do, like if we had an hour where we could meet and just chat with you guys and just really talk about these topics at some point. It would be really fun too. So that's my geek nature wanting to do that. So confusion. What's so bad about it? What's great about it? It's how can you use it?
It's like, what does it announce? Creation.
Yes. All right. So we are ready to come into meditation, and welcome to those of you who joined us a little bit later. We're so glad that you're here.
Good. So take a moment and get your body comfortable. And allow yourself to wriggle your body. And take a deep breath into your belly. That nurturing, yummy breath that brings life and brings you into the present moment. And allow your breath to just flow a little deeper and a little longer. While you allow yourself to relax and come present and home to yourself. And allow a wave of relaxation, starting with your feet, your calves, your thighs, really relaxing your legs. How much more can you relax your legs? Your hips, your belly, your chest, your spine, all the way up. Allow it to relax just a little bit more. Your shoulders, ooh. Just check in if they're holding a little bit of tension and just let it drop. Let your shoulders relax. Your arms and hands. You might want to shake out the tension in your hands to relax them a little bit more. Your neck, throat, your face, your ears, your hair, and finally take a deep breath and allow your brain to relax. Allow this beautiful organ that is so busy, communicating with all of you all the time. Just allow it to pause in its busyness. Allow your brain to relax. And while your brain is relaxing, allow yourself to become more present in this moment. Allow your being to be here with you and your body. And from that relaxed space and you being home with yourself, look at your life. Unfolding like a play. And just be aware of all those times and situations where the old is no longer and the new is not quite yet. And chaos is present. And you can just tap into that energy. You don't necessarily have to connect it with a situation in your life, but if there is one, just make it a little bit more real. That old, not quite working anymore, but you have no idea what is replacing it. And your mind goes, "Wah!" It falls into confusion. And you just observe that. Be present with it. You don't have to fix it. Just be present with it. That energy of confusion. So trying to solve chaos, the unknown, the vastness of being. And while you're present with that, allow your mind to also relax with you just a little bit more. And the deeper that you're relaxing into chaos, allow yourself to perceive the seeds of possibility. Your mind might not know what they are, but there's an energy that grows out of chaos. The seeds of creation. And just be present with that as well. And while you're present with the chaos and the seeds of creation, Let's expand our awareness and include this planet. Be aware of those energies, of how the old is no longer working and the new is just sprouting. And let's be with the old in loving gratitude and let it go. And nurture the new, the unknown to us, with the power of our love and our care. And curiosity. And at all times, your mind does not need to get involved. Just be present. This is not figure-outable. This is just unfolding beyond the thinking mind. And while you are present with those two energies, also become aware that there's an incredible amount of grace available as well. And open yourself up for this ease of grace, that things, challenges, problems solve themselves as if by magic, even if your mind doesn't get engaged with it. Allow that to unfold and be present as well. The knowing that it is not up to you, up to us, to solve this. What if we birthed the new into existence through allowance and presence? Allowing the seeds of creation to express themselves through you, through me, through us all. Together, we bring forth something very different. And I invite you in the next week, when you encounter chaos or confusion, to take a moment to relax, to not get entangled, and just allow those seeds of creation to become stronger and more present. And be present with curiosity. I wonder how this is going to unfold. Instead of identifying with it and feeling responsible for it. Give yourself the luxury of enjoying confusion and chaos by not entangling yourself with it, but allowing it to be. And thank you for having the courage to be you in these chaotic times that can sometimes be rather confusing. It's a huge contribution. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and let that another deep breath bring you home. Yeah.
And when confusion comes this week, it's time to make popcorn and watch the movie. It's just a movie. That's all it is. So that smell of popcorn, can you smell it? Thank you. So we're finished our meditation, and you're free to pop out, wave goodbye, or if you wanted to say anything, you can unmute yourself and say something, whatever it is on your heart.
We will, next week, we probably will have a pre-recorded energy forecast and meditation because we are on the road.
Yes.
And
or we might, if we find a place on the road, we'll do it.
Where we actually have internet reception.
Yeah. So
we'll do it.
Just stay tuned. We're fully committed to bringing you something at 7:00 next week. So same time, same channel.
It's going to be a surprise how.
Yeah. Right.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone. Until next time. Bye-bye.